Hi there, this video is to help you write your conclusion section of the assignment. So the title is How Do I Write My Conclusion Section? Our goal is to learn how to write my conclusion. So hopefully by the end of it you'll get two things out of it. What a conclusion is, and then you can use the information to start writing up your conclusion in your assignment. So the slide I've got here, what is a conclusion? Well, it's the part in the fieldwork where you can start discussing your results. So you've just done the results section, and if you haven't watched the video on that, go back, watch that. You've presented your data, you've stated what you can see. A conclusion is where you start discussing your results. It can be bullet points, it can be simple sentences, but it's got to discuss your results. Okay, let's look at marking criteria in your assignment sheet and let's see what it says. So in a conclusion, it says you must state the major inferences or assumptions that can be drawn from all the results and links them to the inquiry questions. So for example, you might have witnessed 20 different species of birds. Why is that important? Well, you can say, looking at the health of the ecosystem of Pioneer Dairy, you can say it's a healthy ecosystem because you've seen so many different species. So basically this means you need to refer back to the inquiry question and explain to what extent you've answered the question. So if I'm using that example of birds, I can say it's a healthy ecosystem because I saw lots of different species of birds instead of just one. So that's what we do in our conclusion. We link it back to the inquiry question and explain, which remember means when, where, how and why you've answered the question. So each result that you've produced, you've got to have a conclusion for. So make sure that you've done that, and that's how you get those top marks. Remember, you've got to refer back to the question. If you state, well, there's lots of birds, you need to explain why that's useful and why that's answered the question. So let's just summarize what this video is about, and to make sure that we've met our success criteria. Our title was How Do We Write Our Conclusion Section. Our goal was to learn how to write a conclusion. I said by the end of the lesson we can understand what a conclusion is, so look back at that definition and you can use that information to start to begin to write your conclusion. Just remember, when you're writing, your tone of language, so it's a formal piece of writing, remember to use capitals, full stops. Remember to make sure you use your proper nouns, use sentence structure that's meaningful, and also use your paragraph structure. And also remember to like and subscribe the video. That would be great. Okay, see ya.